Rapterra is King's Dominion's new for 2025 roller coaster and long-awaited replacement for the iconic Volcano the Blast Coaster, which operated at the park from 1998 to 2018. Rapterra is a launch, Bolger, and Mabilliard wing coaster, and it is the world's longest and tallest launch wing coaster. It is the only wing coaster on the East Coast and is only the second ever full-circuit launched Bolger and Mabilliard wing coaster, with the other being Thunderbird at Holiday World in Santa Claus, Indiana. And this coaster is a great ride. It combines positive G-forces and amazing airtime with an amazing layout and spectacular theming. Is Rapterra a worthy replacement for Volcano the Blast Coaster though? Find out in this video, which is our full-length, in-depth review of the attraction and our comments about what you can expect when you go to King's Dominion to ride this coaster. Now, let's conquer the skies with the mighty Jungle Hawk. Before Rapterra, there was Volcano the Blast Coaster. Volcano was a unique, intimate suspended catapult coaster that used the former Smurf mountain structure located in the Safari Village section of King's Dominion. Even with rides like Dominator and Intimidator 305, now Pantherian, Volcano remained King's Dominion's signature roller coaster and a fan favorite until 2018. At the end of the 2018 season, Volcano permanently closed without an announcement, and in 2019, King's Dominion made the decision to tear down the coaster and the iconic Volcano, leaving nothing but a vacant plot between Reptilian and Flight of Fear until 2024. In 2024, King's Dominion announced that it would unveil the world's longest and tallest launch, Bolger, and Mabilliard wing coaster as the Volcano replacement. And Rapterra makes an impression in the Jungle X-Pedition section of the park. It also has a pretty good backstory that ties into the rest of Jungle X. Rapterra is themed to an ancient shrine that honored the mighty Jungle Hawk. Those who entered the shrine became spiritually linked to and temporarily possessed the legendary bird of prey's powers and abilities. Unfortunately, the temple was built at the base of a volcano, Mount Inferno. When the ground surrounding the magma chamber collapsed, a mountain of volcanic rock buried the Jungle Hawk temple, seemingly erasing it from existence. Recently, however, archaeologists discovered the volcanic site and unearthed the ruins of the Jungle Hawk Shrine. Now, the Jungle Hawk's spirit, which remained at the site, launches riders through thrilling twists and turns, and the theming surrounding the ride does an amazing job capturing that specific backstory. And Rapterra's theming might be the best theming at any non-Disney, non-Universal amusement park, but more on that in a moment. As you enter the Jungle X-Pedition section, you get the now familiar sight of Toonbeely's structure. Behind Toonbeely's structure, however, is Rapterra's wingover element, and this element makes for one of the best sights in the park. As you continue past Toonbeely's entrance and further into Jungle X, you are greeted with one of the best visuals in the park. Rapterra's turnaround into its wing slide element. This visual really gets you excited for the experience you are about to have. As you approach the queue's front entrance, you will see a wooden entrance arch displaying the ride's name and logo. This entrance sign looks quite good with the research center right next to it. Once you enter the queue, you will immediately see some incredible theming. You will see some expedition equipment, bulletin boards with some articles, and a typewriter towards your right. And above the typewriter is a flyer with a UFO on it and the line, "I want to believe," a subtle nod to the park tying Flight of Fear into Jungle X. The park even wrote a summary of the Way Foundation's findings at the Jungle Hawk Temple, which included a note about Volcano. As you emerge from that themed area, you enter Rapterra's large, winding queue, which looks amazing. This might be one of the best queues at any amusement park. In addition to seeing Coaster Track going every which way, you will also see some great Jungle Hawk Temple ruins. As you make your way through the queue, you will see more theming, including a cooled magma river and a giant caldera, which is a large cauldron-like hollow that forms shortly after a magma chamber empties during a volcanic eruption. You will also see more Jungle Hawk Temple ruins as you reach the point in the queue where you get to choose which side of the train you would like to sit on. Depending on which side you choose to sit on, you will either go down into a slightly themed tunnel underneath the station or walk past some Hawk-themed ruins. That temple theming continues as you make your way to the ride platform. There, you will see some scaffolding and excavation equipment surrounding more Hawk-themed structures. You will also see one of Rapterra's 2 5-row, 20-passenger trains. And these trains look awesome. The A train even has a red and yellow color scheme, the same color scheme as Volcano. The trains also have the Bolliger and Maillard vest restraints like the ones you can find on Banshee at Kings Island or many of the company's newer dive coasters. Once you have boarded your train, secured your vest restraint, and cleared dispatch, you proceed forward into a right-hand turn out of the station to begin your ride. As you roll out of the station, you engage the launch track and accelerate to your top speed of 65 miles per hour in just 4 seconds. You then fly up into Rapterra's 145-foot wingover element, which, depending on which side of the train you're sitting on, gives a good moment of floater airtime. As you go down the wingover, you will feel some good positive G-forces before flying up into Rapterra's first inversion, a dive loop. For those sitting towards the front of the train, you get a weak pop of floater airtime. While you don't get the same airtime pop while sitting towards the back of the train, you will experience some good positive G-forces as you dive down that loop. At the bottom of the dive loop, you bank towards the left up into an amazing S-turn airtime hill. If you are towards the front of the train on the right side, you will get a nice floater airtime pop going up this hill before floating into a right-hand bank turn. If you are towards the back of the train on the left side, particularly the back left wing seats, you get a nice floater airtime pop coming off of this S-turn. As you come off the S-turn, you take a left-hand bank turn up into a wing slide, which gives a weak floater airtime pop for those on the right side of the train. You then take a right-hand bank turn into Rapterra's second inversion, a floaty corkscrew. As you come out of that corkscrew, you fly over a floater airtime-filled airtime hill, which gives a nice floater airtime pop climbing into it for those towards the front of the train, and floater airtime coming off of it for those towards the back of the train. After that airtime hill, you fly into Rapterra's last inversion, the floaty Raptor roll, followed by a forceful right-hand bank turn into the final brake run to complete your ride. Rapterra is an amazing ride with some incredible theming. Starting with the ride experience, Rapterra offers two slightly different experiences depending on which side of the train you sit on. The left side offers some great floater airtime on the wingover, some whip as you go into the dive loop, and a nice floater airtime pop coming off the S-turn airtime hill. The right side offers some decent forces on the wingover, some good floater airtime climbing up into the S-turn airtime hill, and some good positive G-forces on that turn after the S-turn. And like most roller coasters, Rapterra offers a slightly different ride experience depending on whether you are sitting towards the front or the back of the train. You get some nice floater airtime climbing into the dive loop, going up into the S-turn, and climbing into the airtime hill before the Raptor roll while towards the front of the train. You will get that floater airtime coming off those airtime moments while sitting towards the back of the train. Based on the sensations throughout the ride, the best seat is the back left wing outer seat, as you get a great mix of floater airtime and positive G-forces throughout the ride. That said, definitely try out multiple seats along the train, as this ride is great regardless of which seat you choose. And Rapterra is smooth. While there is some slight bouncing on the outer seats going down the launch track, Rapterra glides through its layout. Aside from the ride experience, Rapterra has some great sightlines, particularly as you approach the ride and while in the queue. Rapterra makes an impression as you approach the ride. The fact that you can walk around and directly underneath that turn into the wing slide enhances that impression. The magic, however, begins once you are in the queue. You have coaster track going all around you, and you get a nice view of the launch track. And if you are facing towards the queue entrance from the inside of the queue, you will get a great visual of the Eiffel Tower and Toonbeely right behind the wingover. It really is quite impressive how Kings Dominion nailed the sightlines, both inside and outside the queue. Kings Dominion also nailed Rapterra's theming. This coaster just might be the best themed roller coaster at a Six Flags park. While there are better themed roller coasters out there, Rapterra's theming is phenomenal. In addition to incorporating Volcano into the ride's immersive backstory and the queue itself, Kings Dominion went above and beyond in creating those incredibly detailed temple ruins. The amount of detail the park put into each stone temple ruin in the queue and on the ride platform is quite impressive. It is also cool how the park placed some of those ruins around the launch track, which offer a great visual for riders flying down that launch. You can definitely see how much attention Kings Dominion put into this ride, both in terms of ride experience and presentation. And the ride experience and presentation are amazing at night. A night ride on Rapterra is incredible, especially after a full day of operation. The train simply hauls through that layout, which enhances the overall forces. Kings Dominion has a hit on their hands. Rapterra is an an amazing ride with great forces and some of the best theming on any roller coaster, and it will undoubtedly become a fan favorite at the park. For final score, we give Rapterra an 8.5 out of 10. This coaster has one of the better Bollinger and Maillard layouts out there, and is definitely a win for the park. While it may never live up to the legend that was Volcano, Rapterra is certainly a worthy successor and gives King's Dominion a great top 3. So, let us know in the comments below if you have ridden Rapterra at King's Dominion, and if so, what you think about it. Is it a worthy replacement for Volcano the Blast Coaster? And if you enjoyed this video or are new to the channel, please like and subscribe for more coaster content like this. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more coaster reviews and amusement park content coming soon to Coaster Adventures, and we hope to see you in the next one.